Also, today's topic, I'm going to talk about how to stop caring what people think of you. So, by no means I'm an expert. I still care about what people think of me. I think too much, but I made a big improvement, so I would like to share with you some interesting perspective on that topic. So I'm going to talk about first why we care so much, and then I will talk about how. So how to stop caring so much what people think of you. So first of all, why? So what you have to understand is that from your own perspective, you are the most important person on earth. And if you don't believe me, when you have any kind of pain, toothache, back pain, the only thing you can think of is yourself. You don't have time to think about the world, to think about wars, people dying in other countries, because you are the most important person on earth from your own perspective. So why am I telling that? Why am I talking about that? Because you are biased in the sense that because you think about yourself 24/7, you assume that people are thinking about you. And you think they are, tracking you and spying on you, looking at everything you say, everything you do, how you behaved, your past mistakes. You think they are keeping score of your setbacks or anything you said. And that is not the case. So I'll talk about that later on that point. And the second point is you want people to see you in a certain way because you want people to love you. You want to be accepted. You want to be recognized. So that's one of the reasons why you really care so much about what people think of you. You want to be part of the group. You want to be accepted. You want to fit in. You want to conform. So that's the point number two, the reason why you care so much. Another reason is because anytime you have an interaction with someone or a group of people, you are projecting a certain image of yourself. And this group is actually interpreting your image that you're projecting. And you have this image that is created, this dynamic image that is always changing. And the more you interact with a certain group in a certain way, the more you have difficulties actually changing your self-image. At least when you are in a group, you can't really change how you project yourself. You will have a hard time behaving in a different way because of that past image, of that self-image you've created. So that's another point why you care so much about what people think of you. So now let's talk about how to actually stop caring so much what people think of you. So the first thing you have to realize, as I mentioned previously, is that people do not actually care about you. So there is a famous saying that say, when you are 20, you care what everyone thinks. When you're 40, you stop caring what everyone thinks. And when you're 60, you realize that actually nobody really cared about you in the first place. And I find this quote to be very true, actually. So other people are actually too busy caring about themselves because remember that from their own perspective, they are the most important person on earth. So they're thinking about themselves all the time, and they're also worrying about you, what you think of them. So that's the same process that is going on here. So you have to realize that everybody in the same boat, everybody is caring way too much what people think of themselves, while in reality, nobody actually care about them. Nobody actually care about you. So I know I used to worry myself a lot about what people think of me. So even, on YouTube, when I post a Facebook Live like this, or video, an article, anything, I start thinking about, what are they going to think about me? But I realized that actually nobody really care that much. Nobody really notice what I'm doing. So that's a very liberating in a sense. So you want to realize that at a deeper level, that nobody really cares about you. And you want to think about that every day. So nobody cares about you. So that's the sad thing in a sense. That's also a good thing because you You are free to do what you want to do when you stop caring so much what people think of you. So the second point is you have to realize that people will never actually understand you because they don't living with you. They're not with you 24/7. They're not in your head. They don't know what you think. They don't know your intent. And they also see you in a certain way. So they have their own values, their own beliefs, their own vision of the world. They have a certain way of thinking. They think that things should be a certain way. So you cannot really have people understand you as you really are. So if you try to be loved, if you try to be understood by everybody, you're going to lose. You're going to get tired. And you're going to be having a hard time actually being yourself. So that's a very important point that you have to realize. And the last point is building on this point, which is that you want to accept the fact that everybody has the right to see you the way they want to see you. They have the right to think whatever they want to think. Even if you think it is incorrect, if you think it is wrong, you have to be able to accept whatever way they see you. I know for myself, I used to try to defend myself a lot when someone has a wrong image of me, or I believe he or she has a wrong image of me. I would try to correct, try to justify myself, try to convince them that they are wrong. And if you try to convince someone before, you know that it's very difficult. It's almost impossible. You don't want to play that game. So you have to let go of your need to control what people think of you and just let go. Because even your own self-image, the image you have about yourself is always changing. It is different today than it was 5 years ago. So it's important to start to detach yourself from your self-image, the image you have of yourself, and let people really think whatever they want to think about you. It's okay. You just have to let go. So that's the last point I wanted to talk about. So there are two things you can do, but I think you should not do. So the one thing is you can try to adjust your image so that everybody loves you. But if you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to be unable to actually be yourself. You're going to be unable to express your own personality, to do whatever you want to do. You're going to care too much. So you're going to lose a game. And even if you try to be loved by everybody, that's not going to happen. People will still hate you. Or in fact, most people do not care about you. So that's not that they don't love you, they just don't actually think about you. So that's the one thing you want to avoid doing. And the second thing you want to avoid doing is to, as I mentioned earlier, to try to correct your image, try to justify yourself, try to defend yourself. And the only thing you can really do is to try to be the best you can be, to try to have the best intent behind everything you do, and really keep working on yourself, working on your awareness, and try to be the best you can be. And then people will see you, they will like you or not, but that's not really up to you. And you have to accept that some people will not like you. And even, think of presidents of countries. You have probably at least half of the population that do not like them or didn't vote for them. So you cannot be liked by everybody. And if you try, you're going to lose. You're going to lose your personality. You're going to lose your dreams, your passion, your drive, your motivation. You're not going to do what you want to do with your own life. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video today, on how to stop caring what people think of you. So again, realize that people do not care, do not think about you as much as you think. They will never understand you because they don't know you. They're not in your head. And you have to accept that they will never really see you the way you want them to see you. They have the right to see you the way they want to see you. So that's it for today.